We are live, and today we're going to talk about why is the entire world judging our Prime Minister, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, and calling him kind of like a blackface dictator in the past. I'm not even allowed to say that name in YouTube these days, but we're going to discuss about all that and what can we learn from all this. We as investors, we as crypto investors, there is a lot to learn from this. So we're going to talk about all that coming up after the intro.
Hey, yeah. It's all about wealth engineering. Might be something that you're not used to. It's okay, cause I'm here to introduce you to concepts. Time to grow and make big moves. All about crypto, come see. Stocks and business, yes indeed. Got the info that you need. Hosted by my homie JC. Hey, yeah. Wealth engineering. Stacking and stacking it up. It's time to generate wealth. Till you living like Scrooge McDuck. Hey, wealth engineering. It's time to show you the game. Till you living like Richie Rich. Till you ballin' like Bruce Wayne. Hey, you ain't gotta be an expert, no problem. It don't really matter where you at, just start it. It'll take time, hard work, and
What's up, guys? What's up? This is JC, and welcome to the Wealth Engineering channel. And this is where I create content so that you can learn how to make, keep, and multiply money. But now, today, we're going to talk about a little bit of politics. It's just that there is so much to learn from this. And I always talk about the forces that can affect your wealth, the uncontrollable forces that can affect your wealth. And sometimes politics and macroeconomic can be a mix between the two and can have serious impact on our investments. So we got to talk about all that. There's so many things we got to talk about this and learn from it because, hey, what's happening in Canada right now, I predict it's going to be the norm in this decade moving forward in all Western societies. All right. So this is just a glimpse of the future. This protest kind of expose a little bit what was being planned all along. But hey, we're gonna talk about all that. But the world is noticing, right? The world is noticing, and you've seen the title, you've seen the thumbnail, you've seen some pictures and some claims, and yeah, we're gonna talk about it, guys, because these are important. And why is this happening on Black History Month? Why is this happening in the weekends where we have the NBA All Stars? And what can we learn from all this? What can we learn from NBA players? What can we learn from NFL players about how to get sovereignty on our currency, on our money, and basically protect ourselves from dictatorship? So we're gonna talk about all that, but first, let me pay my respect and my salute to the chat. I see Snuggles with them eyes. That's his traditional entrance in the chat. Shout salute to you, sir. Happy to see you here. And let's get into it, guys. Let's get into it. So I won't say too long, but we gotta make this stream because someone has to, man. Someone has to. And just to let you know, guys, my previous stream about this topic, YouTube kind of warned me a little bit, like, hey, we're not going to monetize you to its fullest. And also, and yeah, I've noticed, man, YouTube don't like this subject, but someone has to do this topic, guys, because there is so much to learn. And I'm going to show you clips of how extreme this thing can be. And again, if there is one thing you get out of this stream, if there is one thing you get out of this stream, is make sure you protect yourself moving forward, especially when it comes to your sovereignty and your money, because government one way or another is coming from you, whether it's now because you want to speak for freedom, hence people like me, or whether it's in the future where they would implement system so that they allow you, they control you even before you get there. It's not even a conspiracy theory anymore at this point. It's literally facts, and I have the facts to show you today. We're going to talk about it, and you're going to understand why the entire world is calling the Canadian Prime Minister, a country that was once a democratic, right, that just flipped overnight and became basically a dictatorship. All right. So we're going to discuss about all that. Let me say salute also to more people in the chat coming in. Peter Investorham, salute to you. Salute to the chat. And yes, this is the All-Star weekend. I know. But the Toronto, I mean, the the NBA is so boring these days that it went unnoticed. But there is one player that I've been following, and I'm pretty happy he made it to the All Stars, and we're going to discuss about that today because this player actually has something to teach us about cryptocurrencies. So we will get into it. What's up, Ronald Taylor? Happy, it's nice to see you here. Thank you very much, and I hope I see you more often in the chat. But thank you for your support. Really appreciate it. Salute to you, Mr. Peter Investor M. Let me make sure is this is no comment, just the super chat, and thank you very much. Hey, every little bit of that will be needed today, and he's also a member because he's member and super chatting. Huge respect for you. Really appreciate the support. But yeah, guys, YouTube's been coming at me this week, man. I noticed them numbers because once you get monetized, you have a different kind of like options, and yeah, it kind of shows you what YouTube wants, and YouTube don't want content like that. They get let's just say my CPM dropped really low, and this is a business. I'll keep it honest. Wealth engineering is a business, right? I have an online school where I teach people how to start investing, everything they need to know before they make their first investments. Where I teach the uncontrollable forces that can affect your wealth. The first module of my course is entire talking about that. Then we talk about a little bit of the technical, simple technical analysis you need to follow in combination with the forces that can affect your wealth so that you can always select the best investment for your portfolio, for your current financial situation where you are right now, so that you can build generational wealth. And I'm actually I'm super late on a mastermind for my Discord/Patreon, so I'm going to be working on that as soon as this stream ends. And there's so much we're gonna talk about. But yes, absolutely, Lamelo Ball. There is things that he can teach us on what we can do differently, guys, because we need to start thinking about different ways. And Peter Investor M is the Prime Minister painted in black. Yes, he has. I mean, he painted himself in black, right? Black face. And it's serious, guys. And he's been exposed before with that. But the thing is, here's the problem with this Prime Minister right here. It you and shout out to my wife. My wife used to fall in love with this guy, right? They call him the pretty boy. Like the every girls voted for him early in this decade, like early 2012, 2013. Everyone voted for him. He was like the, and also you gotta understand this past. His last name Trudeau is actually pretty big in not just Quebec where I live, in Canada, because his father was also a prime minister, and he was well known as someone who was revolutionary. I wouldn't say revolutionary, but impact the society in a drastic way, so that even the airport of Quebec, is labeled after his father's name. So his name is very strong in the society in Quebec. And so that when his son was basically groomed from politics to take his lead, so when his son is there, everyone is like, you know what, his father was great, so his son will be great as well. Little do they know, little do they know, the son fall very far from the tree. And but he wasn't always like that, right? He as a politician, he says all the right words. Very young, you could tell he had some ideas of political ideas already. Very young, he was basically groomed for the role, guys. Groomed for the role, and yeah, so he knew how to seduce the public and charm the public. Like seduce me? Hell no, no, not me. I was walking away from politics. I was thinking about walking away from politics back then, but 2016 was the way, kind of like when I made it public, where I'm not making any vote anymore regardless of which country it is, because that's when I finally realized that it doesn't even matter what you do in political realm. It's all about how much money you have, right? When you really have money, it doesn't matter who gets elected, whether it's the left, whether it's the right. You need to reach people. They manage their finance in a way so that they can always benefit and always multiply their wealth, regardless of who gets on power, regardless of what laws are implemented. And that's the whole concept behind me spending hours and hours walking over the hidden secrets of money and break it down even more so that we can understand the uncontrollable forces that can affect your wealth, so that regardless of what happens, you can still increase your wealth, right? And this is the reason why I'm making this stream as well, because what is happening in Canada right now, for those who are just joining in, is going to affect the entire Western world one way or another this decade, right? This is just a glimpse of what's currently being implemented. And with technology like blockchain, right? With technologies like AI, these laws is going to be much easier to enforce, therefore much easier to control the masses. And this is where we're heading. So thank you, Peter Investor M, again, because this will be really appreciated today, as this content will be limited and even a shadow ban to a certain extent. So I won't be able to do a lot of this content anymore. And I don't really want to talk about politics, to be honest with you. It's just that this is so important. Like, there's so much to learn from it that we got to talk about it. And I have to risk, to a certain extent, my channel being either shadow banned or demonetized in a way to talk to you about it, because it's worth more than just money at this point, right? What happened this weekend, guys, was so important that it sealed any doubt that I had that I need to renounce my residency in Canada. I was seriously thinking about that last year, after I was in a way pressured to take the first job. I swear never to take the second job literally on my life after I took the first one. But even after the first one, I didn't want to take the first one anyway. But I was in a situation, especially with my kid and all, that it was better for everyone that I did it, right? But after I did that, I was so pissed at myself that I never wanted to be in a situation like that again. And the only way I can get my freedom is to increase my wealth as fast as possible, so that I no longer rely on any other forms of generating money other than just myself, my portfolio, regardless of what happens. So that's basically where I came from. And yeah, yeah, man. Wait, look, shout out to Cashflow Hunter. You're right, man. That's why I can no longer make a stream like this. And you've seen the title, guys. You've seen the thumbnail. These are pretty risky thumbnails to do in these times. But I gotta do what I gotta do, guys, because at some point you gotta take a stand, even if it affects you in a way. But you got to do what you got to do. And I'm Asian in blood, right? I'm Asian, so I got to do what I got to do because I have freedom flowing in my veins. So from that perspective, let's get into it. So what am I talking about? So for those who don't know, the last 3 weeks, guys, there was a freedom convoy going on. You probably heard about it on the news. If not, then just Google freedom convoy and you'll hear a lot about it. And it's basically these truckers that's protesting against the Canadian government to stop mandate that forced them to take the jab, and also so many lockdowns that happens throughout the years that did people just got fed up, right? And they had a lot of movement, a lot of funding all over the place, all over the world. And the GoFundMe lock freeze their accounts, right? After GoFundMe freeze their account, they had Bitcoin as a way to get funded. They also had another website that is well known to get funded after GoFundMe locks your account. So people transition their money there so that they can fund the truckers. But the government really try to limit the funding as much as possible. All right. So so much that Mr. Elon Musk earlier this week made a tweet, and the tweet was this. For those wondering what's going on, let me zoom at it. I know some of you are probably watching on your phone. So he made this tweet, right, saying that stop comparing me to Justin Trudeau. I had a budget. But the picture he put it there is the picture of a shout out to there's this Canadian that always staying on top of what was happening the last couple of weeks. Clyde. and he was saying, Mr. Funny Mustache, right? Mr. Funny Mustache here, because I'm not even allowed to say the word, is he put the picture there, right? That's the picture he put it there. And then now other people are saying, imagine other CEOs of a public company to exist, and everyone's shutting it off, right? So it was Elon Musk was on a lot of pressure for with deleting this tweet. Okay, and this was like a couple 3 days ago, right? And at the end of the day, Elon Musk ended it deleting the tweet, right? So he deleted the tweet comparing him to Trudeau and this guy right here that we're not allowed even to say the word. But so this is the prime minister right here, Mr. Pretty Boy, and yeah, so that's what happened, right? But that kind of put Elon Musk knows what he's doing, right? So the damage was already done, and he kind of put the label out there that hey, this guy, is doing some crazy stuff out here, and maybe we should start comparing him with Mr. Funny Mustache. And what is he saying, guys? What is the prime minister doing in Canada? He's actually, let me show you guys what's going on. So again, conservatives are calling Justin Trudeau blackface. You know who? When they were calling Trump the orange face. You know who, right? And you can go read this article. But let me find you guys. Salute. Before the billion, how are you doing? But let me find you guys a video to show you what was happening this weekend in Ottawa, so that you can understand the gravity of this situation. Again, this is a free country, right? This is a country where we not just liberal and conservatives, but we had the right to vote, right? The precious right of voting, we had that. But somehow this is what the prime minister is ordering the police to do to the people that are protesting the mandate. And yes, so let me know in the chat if you can listen or if you can hear the audio, and let me know in the chat. Press a one if you can hear it. I'll play it through. Okay.
Through. Come on through. What is happening here? Wow. What is this lady doing? Trampling. Trampling horses. Trampling. Stop it. Stop it. Look. Oh my God. Oh my God. They just trampled this lady. They just trampled that lady. They just fully trampled that lady. They just fully.
All right. You guys can hear. Perfect. Perfect. So I don't know if you guys just notice, but you guys actually notice a crime. You guys actually notice a crime that happened right live on TV or whatever you want to call it, live on your cell phone. And there's a crime right here. Now, before we get deeper on this picture here, I want to show you something. Like what you're seeing here is kind of like police dressed in like riot gears. And there was no riots this weekend. There was no riots in the last 2 weeks. And but the policemen slowly more aggressive, to the point where now they're like in full riot gears as they're pushing the protesters away from the parliament and clearing the streets. Right, so that's when they have the cavalry of horses, and as you can see here in this picture right here, they don't care who they stampede on. Right now, what you're actually seeing again is a crime. And you might think, yes, that could be a crime against human right. That could be a crime against freedom of speech. But you're wrong. if that's your angle, you're actually wrong. The crime is that the people that got stampeded on were actually trying to hurt the horse. So basically, according to the police, these people are eligible to get arrested, to get put in jail, and yes, the law would support them from doing that. So basically, if you try to protest in a democratic country of Canada, the police has the right to stampede on you, and if the foot of the horse hits you, then that means You are in violation and you're assaulting the police himself, because the horse is the police also. It's an extension of the police, right? And so if the leg of the horse touch you, you are breaking the law. All right. So it doesn't matter how heavy this horse is. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. So that's what's happening in Canada right now. And guys, you can watch the videos on YouTube, because that's pretty much the only place that would report good news these days. But as of now, guys, as of now, the streets are clear. The government was successful in clearing the streets, and yes, the protest is ended. The government won in a way, right? They got what they wanted. They wanted the streets out. However, there's still some win that we got out of all this, but now it's over. It's over. And but here's the purpose of me doing this stream. Me doing this stream where I'll get demonetized, guys, from doing so. I've already got demonetized from my previous stream about this topic, but here is why I risked it all to to show you guys. I'm going to play this video right here because I need you to hear this. Okay? I need you to hear this and I need you to take notes. Again, this is why the whole world is calling our prime minister, who was the favorite of the world when it comes. It was it was an example of what a leader should be, right? It was all that. Now he's switching very fast into blurring the line with dictatorship. And I need you to hear what the police had to say after the streets were clear, after everything. And remember what I said. What is happening in Canada right now, it's no longer a conspiracy theory. It's facts. It's literally happening right now. And this is going to be the blueprint, whether you're in the States, whether you're in France. This is what the Western countries will be doing, right? And just as you hear these guys, I need you to think of currencies in the blockchain using no cryptocurrencies controlled by the government. Okay, that's all I need you to think. So I'm going to play this and let's listen together.
Independent media. So I was in the crowd yesterday. I was unfortunately hit with some pepper spray. I just have a question. There's some video cameras that the police are using, and some news outlets are reporting that you're gathering intelligence with those cameras. Can you elaborate, like, if the protesters at this point, retreat and go home, are they going to be getting sort of repercussions down the road? Or are you going to be sort of actively pursuing the people that you've been sort of documenting and filming who are still out there protesting? What are your plans after this, after the protest is over?
Can you guys still hear it? Because I'm testing a new setup right here with I have my headphones so I can hear it. And I'm hoping you can hear it as well so that there is no interaction with the sound. But, great question, right? A journalist asked basically a representative for the police here, hey, you haven't been able to hear number two? Is that what number two is for? Oh, okay. Number one, you have been able to hear. Perfect. All right, guys. So great question. Are you going to go after people that were protesting, right? Because, hey, according to the protest, according to the law, the Emergency Act that was passed, all these people were illegal, were doing breaking the law, right? So are you going to go after them? So I need you to hear the response. And again, as you hear this, right, I will need you to take off the title, why the entire world is criticizing Justin Trudeau for, for being blackface Mr. Funny Mustache. And also, I need you to think about cryptocurrencies that is being controlled by the government. Okay? Cryptocurrencies that are being controlled by the government. So here is response right here.
Thank you. It's a great question. And the simple answer is yes. If you are involved in this protest, we will actively look to identify you and follow up with financial sanctions and criminal charges. Absolutely. This investigation will go on for months to come. It has many, many different streams, both from a federal financial level, from a provincial licensing level, from a criminal code level, from a municipal breach of court order, breach of court injunction level. It will be a complicated and time-consuming investigation that will go on for a period of time. You have my commitment that that investigation will continue, and we will hold people accountable for taking our streets over.
And treat and go home.
So, so guys, there you have it. There you have it. He said many things here, right? But I hope you heard it because I'm going to play it again for people later. I'm going to play it again because this right here is one single piece of evidence that there is no more conspiracy theory, guys. There's no more conspiracy theories. If you needed any fact, because I've been called a freak, a conspiracy theorist, and all that, but this right here, it's no longer conspiracy theory. This is a fact. This happened this weekend. This weekend, the streets are cleared. There is no more. The Ottawa streets are cleared. There's no more trucks. They towed everything away. Everyone went home. Many people got arrested. We're going to get that into later. And once you start attacking your citizens who are protesting against democracy, against people that they elected on power, it's no longer a democracy anymore. It's a dictatorship, right? And you've seen the title, you've seen the thumbnail. Twitter is going nuts right now, and he's been trending. Justin Trudeau has been trending the entire weekend, and yes, they've been calling him Mr. Blackface, Blackface. You know who, right? You know who. But let me do him justice. Especially, and look at this guy, right? Perfect politician. Look at this guy right here, shaking hands with our black people in Canada right here. Actually, I actually know this lady right here. If I can't see her very close, but she looks very much like someone I know. That lady right here. But anyway, right? And I know a lady like that who's also in government, working for the government too. So that's why I'm really curious. I'll reach out to her. But yeah, man, this guy is shaking hands. But back in the days, that's what he used to do, man. Blackface, and it's not the only picture of him in blackface, guys. But again, he's been called before on this, right? It's not the first time these pictures are coming out. The reason why they're coming out now is because they're like, okay, we got to look into your canceling this guy because it's crazy what he's doing, right? It's crazy what he's doing. Now, I don't even support cancel culture, but I also don't support canceling people's voice, canceling people's right to protest the people they elected, right? So at this point, you got to understand, but we got to put it back to the video that I played earlier. The police are coming up front and saying that, hey, we are going after anyone who was participating in this protest, whether they were there physically or whether they contributed. Even if you would pay $20, $10 in the fund for the truckers that never got their money. They never got their money because they couldn't. Every platform was trying to block them. Their accounts were freeze. They froze their account, right? They froze their bank accounts. They froze their crypto accounts. The RCMP with the Emergency Act was basically saying, hey, all the exchanges hold up on those accounts. Don't allow any trades. And remember what I said earlier. As you're listening to what this guy said, think about a currency that is controlled by the government. These are referred as a CBDC, a central bank digital currency. Now, right now, we're still using cash. We're still using the dollar. we can still interact some money here and there, cash, right? Without the government seeing it. But what if we only had a CBDC, a central bank digital currency? And when I say what if, guys, this is not something that I'm just speaking out of thin air. This is something that's been in discussion for years, already being implemented in some countries like China. It's a matter of a push of a button within less than a week. If the government decide to go CBDC, we'll be in CBDC. So the technology is already out there. We have cryptocurrencies like XRP. I'll actually do an XRP videos earlier this week that they can use to leverage and transmit digital currencies um, worldwide, replacing dollars with any CBDCs they want. And once you go there, you need a digital wallet, and a digital wallet can have a back door, right? You can get frozen, and if a camera, because the journalists ask, you guys have cameras there. So were you actually taking pictures, taking shots of everyone in the streets to go after them, right? So if you have a camera filming you doing something that you think you have the right to do, but the government overnight changed the law so that what you are currently doing is illegal. So now they have the right to use that camera footage as evidence of you doing something that is illegal, and then without a court order, because that's what the Emergency Act allows, without a court order, I can flip a switch, freeze your accounts. But at this point, it's no longer a bank account that is a private entity, it's a government account, like using the digital central bank digital currency at a flip of a switch, right? Government are issuing this currency. They can control it the way they want to. So even if you have a digital app made by a company, a private company, because it's using a currency that is controlled by the government, they can turn it on and off, and they can know which account it goes to. So the technologies that are coming ahead, AI, I'm going to be posting a video here. I've already covered AI. I've already covered the AI as an investment, right? You need to invest in the technology that's going to replace you. But when you combine artificial intelligence with blockchain, and government is already doing this without this technology, imagine what they will be doing when they have the technology available. That's why I'm saying. So now it's going to take them months and months, just like he said. It's going to take them months and months to go over all the footage, to go after everyone that was part of that protest. But if he had AI, if he had combined AI with blockchain, all you would have to do is couple line of code saying, hey, everyone that you see that you can identify in this video, turn off their accounts. And they didn't mention a timeline for turning off their account. They also didn't mention anything about licensing. Remember, he was saying is going to have effects on license. So that means if you run a business, and then you can take your license to do business away, right? So that means you have no source of additional income, and you have no accounts to receive that income. That is, this is funny mustache like, right? This is funny mustache like, right? For those who are new, why is the world calling Mr. Trudeau, the government prime minister, the blackface funny mustache? Shout out to Clyde for this word, funny mustache, because that's how we got to say the word, the name that should not be said. But he's police representative. That's what they have to say. And for those who didn't know, this is how the police was clearing up the streets earlier this weekend. This is how they were clearing the streets. fully geared and riots geared, pushing the population away, towing all the trucks. After doing so many things, and then even stampede on people that were part of the crowd. And again, if you get stampede on, it's a crime, but it's not a crime against you. You are committing a crime against the horse because now the horse doesn't have a nice, clear route to land his beautiful big feet. He has to risk falling because he has to put his feet on your head and your stomach. So he doesn't. That's a law, right? That's a rule against. You can go in jail if the horse is put his feet on you. You could, just like this lady right here got hurt real bad, and it was caught on video. We had the video
Oh,
played
come on
earlier,
through.
right? It was caught on video. But if the horse hits you, you're breaking the law. Look at that. Look at that. It's not like they were stopping the horse. It's like the way they're running so hard, it's like people fall, right? And then you have all the police with the riot gears attacking. That's what was happening earlier this weekend, guys. In a democratic country, in a country where you voted the people you elected in, and yeah, beautiful big feet. If the beautiful big feet of the horse hits you, you are illegal. You deserve at least 5 years in prison because the horse with his beautiful feet hit your head. Salute, she stole my thunder. Danik, how you doing? Danik Anthony, good day. Peace to the chat. Thank you very much. I think that we should buy more hardware wallet before Amazon stop delivering them. No, do not buy cash. Do not buy hardware wallet on Amazon. Never, never do that, sir. You gotta buy it straight from the website. And yes, buy it fast before they stop delivering that too. We're gonna talk about it at the end because that's part of the things we have to do now to take sovereignty of our own money. Because guys, we should remove the word conspiracy theory at this point. What I am telling you guys is not a conspiracy theory. It is just seeing the future before it happens. Government is has just Google central bank digital currency and see how far back we've been. Governments of all countries, especially the G7, have been talking about it, right? The CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. Now, I'm telling you, on the back end, they've been working in it. We had many reports about that. We can actually use XRP. We don't even have to use a CBDC. You can just use XRP because the XRP has already all the plumbing already there in most of these banks. All the big banks are using Ripple softwares already. You can flip a switch and then you'll be running on currency on a back end as opposed to, I mean, when I say currency, I'm talking about cryptocurrency on the back end as opposed to the normal Swift system, wiring transfer here and there, and it takes days to receive it. Shout out to CJ Des. CBDCs, absolutely. Central bank digital currencies. Google that and see how far back this been in conversation. Now, absolute power corrupt? Absolutely. What is the absolute power Mr. Blackface here has in his tool? Mr. Blackface in his tool, the most powerful tool he has is the Emergency Act. It's no different than what George Bush had with the Patriot Act that allows to bypass the justice system in the name of national security. In Canada, it allows them to bypass the justice system in the name of an emergency. And what is the emergency? The emergency is that, hey, our people that have voted us to power are coming in front of our streets to say, hey, we don't like what you're doing. That's an emergency, right? The emergency is we can't allow people to stay in front of our parliament because once they put us there, we have the power now. We control them and they can't dare to try to control us. When we want their votes, we have to sell it to them in a way that we need them. Because, hey, we got to have the illusion of democracy, right? We got to make them believe that they have their say. So let's talk to them as if we're trying to get their votes and win their votes. But once we get that vote, hell nah, we're not even going to give them the illusion of they were in control all this time. And when they think they were going to apply that illusion that they actually had, we're going to send horses on them, put that beautiful feet onto them, right? And send them to jail for obstructing the horse way, right? Right? And on top of that, we're going to go after the bank accounts, freeze them of everyone that was participating in this protest, everyone that was sending donation to this protest, everyone. It's as he said, right? As the police said, this is an operation that's going to take months. That's what he said. It's going to take months. But they're going to make sure to spend all your tax dollars to pay for the police to have the man hours to make sure every single criminal in that video that were partying in the Ottawa streets, that were hogging themselves, that were trying to exert the freedom of speech, we're going to go after all these criminals using your taxpayer dollars to bring justice. Because during these 3 weeks, because they were blocking the streets, there were so many dollars in sales that couldn't happen. Millions and millions of sales couldn't happen in the streets. Therefore, these people are illegal. But we're not going to talk about the 2 years of lockdown we had in Canada and the millions of dollars that were lost, even billions of dollars that were lost because so many mom and pop shop had to close down because they were going under. We're not going to talk about that. No, that was us doing our jobs to protect the population. But the same people we're trying to protect, right? How dare they try to go in front of the parliament now to say, hey, we don't like your protection? Oh, how dare they? Right? We don't like your protection. We don't like your protection. These guys, man, they've been staying in the cold. They have with the audacity of saying, we don't like your protection, Mr. Trudeau, Mr. Blackface, right? Going viral on Tinder, not Tinder, right? By the way, not anymore, but going viral on Twitter on Black History Month again with the blackface, but this time it's the entire world going after him because hey, we're not people want freedom, but unfortunately, guys, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And for those who are new, let me play it for you again. What the police had to say after they clear out everyone in the streets. They tow all the trucks. The streets are clear. There is no more protest. And this is what the police had to say. And as you hear this, shout out to CGA Des. I want you to think in your mind and let me look at you in the eyes as I say this. As you're going to hear the video I'm going to play with you guys, I need you to understand what CBDC is: central bank digital currencies. I need you to understand what can be done with artificial intelligence Meaning, I work in a project like that since I was like 10 years ago when I was in university, right? Using computer algorithms to identify people's facial features. I work in a project like that. That was my capstone project. Me and my wife, we worked together in this project. And that's how I got my diploma as a bachelor in engineering 10 years ago. And trust me, when I was doing that, I was just finding another way of doing the same thing many people had tried before me. Okay. So when I'm telling you, understanding what artificial intelligence can do, I'm not doing it lightly, guys. I need you to pay attention to things like this. I cannot emphasize the urgency enough. CBDCs, central bank digital currencies controlled by governments, plus artificial intelligence not, is going to give that guy that you got that I'm going to play absolute power on top of what he already has. And look what he's about to do just with what he already has. All right. So let's listen to it again.
Sort of actively pursuing the people that you've been sort of documenting and filming who are still out there protesting? What are your plans after this, after the protest is over?
Thank you. It's a great question. And the simple answer is yes. If you are involved in this protest, we will actively look to identify you and follow up with financial sanctions and criminal charges. Absolutely. This investigation will go on for months to come. It has many, many different streams, both from a federal financial level, from a provincial licensing level, from a criminal code level, from a municipal breach of court order, breach of court injunction level. It will be a complicated and time-consuming investigation that will go on for a period of time. You have my commitment that that investigation will continue and we will hold people accountable for taking our streets over.
You know what I like about what he said? He didn't just spoke with confidence. He didn't just spoke with confidence, guys. He said, "You have my commitment." God damn. You have my commitment. You have my commitment that everything I just said, we're going to spend a lot of time of taxpayers' dollars. Man, goddamn. Jeez, I gotta leave this country, man. Because I can't, man. If I stay here, I'll die. Bro, you're gonna use my tax dollars? I, I don't want to do this politics, guys. I, who's who's you're gonna use my tax dollars to put so much man hours to go after people that were stampede on, to go after people that donated because they spent 2 years in lockdown. They cannot go to the gym. You had children crying because they miss their friends. They cannot meet their friends at school anymore. They have to rely on virtual world to go to their school, right? We have depression rising. No one is freaking talking about this. Depression is rising in the youth because they're overnight they had to lock themselves down. They had to lock themselves down overnight. They said it was 2 weeks. It lasted 2 years. People are fed up. They're protesting. Then, after 3 weeks of protest, you call 2 weeks of protest, you call emergency. And in the third week, you clear the streets, and everyone who was protesting become now illegals. And now you're going to have such commitment to go after these illegals. Why not have such commitment to make sure business don't fall under in the last 2 years? Where was that commitment? How many people lost their money? How many people lost their business because of this lockdown? We're still in a lockdown. We're still in a freaking lockdown. Actually, me, I like it because hey, I can work from home. I don't have to go to work anymore. I save on gas. But F it, man. I want to go to the gym too. I can't go to the gym because gyms are closed. Now, at least that's one of the things the truckers did. because the truckers were pushing, a lot of these laws, the mandates, province wise, started dropping, right? But do you really think that this mentality is gone? Absolutely not. They're gonna go try it a different way. They're gonna go try to take as much freedom as possible from people. But remember, guys, as you were listening to this, let me know in the chat. Did you factor what I was telling you about artificial intelligence and CBDC? Shout out to you, CJ Des, for mentioning that in the chat. CBDC. Remember, artificial intelligence will simplify that search for you. What he said is going to take months is going to take days and hours with artificial intelligence. Within hours, you're going to have the name and face of everyone that was in the streets that the last 3 weeks. With artificial intelligence and CBDCs, you can have the name and account number of everyone who donated to be part of this protest. This is what's coming. Now, let me ask you this. If that's what the Canadian government is willing to do just from truckers protesting, what do you think they will be doing in the future, guys? Do you think this is the last time you'll see events like this? Let me know in the chat what you think. But I'm going to show you guys other things. All right? Very clear, very quickly. Ottawa police clear the streets around Parliament Hill, bringing weeks-long protest to an end. 47 people were arrested, bringing 2 days total of 170 people were arrested. The truck left the city, and more city crews clean up after. Right? And this is them towing the trucks, and they've been towing trucks left and right. And now these trucks, they're not just towing anymore. They're illegals, right? They're towing them straight to the straight to the bank and straight to jail, basically. But I hope you heard what I have to say with you guys, because that's the whole point of me saying this, guys. This is why the world is calling our Canadian Prime Minister blackface funny mustache, because I'm not even allowed to say the full word, right? But someone who had the courage to do it before he deleted his tweet, comparing this guy to this man right here, right? That's what this name has been blackface. This name has been trending the entire week. The entire weekend, this name been trending. People are waking up and seeing what's happening. And let me tell you this, guys. Let me tell you this. What you're seeing in Canada is just a glimpse of the future. United States, Australia is pretty much there already. London, European countries, United States, Canada, G7 countries, all will adopt this within the decade. And CBDCs, artificial intelligence, are going to blow up this year, next year. It's going to facilitate things like that. So be prepared, guys. And this is why you need to have a plan B and a plan C and a plan D. And you cannot, Mr. Cashflow Hunter, if you're still here, you cannot order your hardware wallet on Amazon, because it's not even about Amazon. It's even about, like, there is so much thing that can happen where a hacker can put a malware and repack it on Amazon and sell it to you so that you think you're getting it at a discount. But little do you know that there is a hardware into malware into it, and once you connect it to your computer, you can steal so many things from your computer. Do not ever do it. You got to get it straight from the manufacturer. That's one thing you can do. But definitely get your hardware wallet, because one thing we can do to fight and hold our sovereignty is have our own money with ourselves, guys. And we can no longer, we have to have a plan B, because if you are in the system, if you are in the matrix, there is no way around it. You got to use the matrix to interact, right? If you have kids and you need to buy food, you gotta play to play. You gotta pay to play, right? But doesn't mean you can have something on the side. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like business. Before when you go business, you don't jump straight out. You gotta you gotta work 40 hours. Then on the weekends, you work on them side, right? It's kind of like I'm not gonna go there, but many people they have a main they have a main person in their life and they have a side. Same thing. If you're going on business, you have the main income and you need a side income. Same thing with cryptocurrency. You're going to have your main investments, you need a side investment. And you start laying out the pipes of your side crypto investments so that when a scenario like that comes, you can rely on a cryptocurrencies as opposed to your bank. Because if they freeze your banks, then at least you can use on other methods to pay your bills, to buy food, etc. Right? Cash is one of them. While cash is still accepted, but hey, Mister Mr. Ambassador of the CV19, Gates, right? He's already out there saying that, hey, how to prepare for the next pandemic. All right, so man, don't go full dark side, my man. You gotta stay gray. Don't go full dark side, my man. You gotta stay gray, my man. CJ, CJ Des, Canada is doomed, bro. Canada is not. Forget Canada. The Western world is doomed. I mean, what happened this weekend just sealed the deal for me. I was already leaning towards renouncing my residency in Canada, not my citizenship, but at least my residency. But now I'm not only confirmed 100% sure I'm going to renounce my residency in Canada, but I'm seriously considering of renouncing my citizenship altogether. Seriously considering about that because ain't no way. And I know what's happening. And Mr. Wealthy Expat, I made a collab with Wealthy Expat. He was saying that one thing the US has that any no country in the world have is when you leave the country, you pay no taxes because you no longer reside on that country, except on the US. On the US, no matter where you go, you're still getting taxes, right? On your capital gain, on just your flat rate as your income. So more and more countries are thinking about that because hey, we're going to have a huge inflation problem here. So people are going to need money anywhere they can get it, including even changing the law so that you get taxed on your citizenship as opposed to your residency. And Canada could be one of them. So before that even hit, I'm seriously going to consider renouncing my citizenship altogether because there's no way I want to be associated with a country as an Asian, someone whose my ancestors died for freedom. I have the freedom blood flowing in me deep. Ain't no way I'm going to be calling myself a Canadian when the person who is representing me is this, right? Why would I call myself a Canadian when the person who other people elected for me is doing this on and going viral on Black History Month, going viral on NBA All Stars, right? But I don't want to get taxed. And the reason why I don't want to get taxed, guys, is I don't want to get taxed so that my money. Did you guys hear it? Did you guys hear this? How many of you have heard it before? When my money is going to be used to spend hours and hours for months on trying to find the criminals that dare, the criminals that dare to obstruct someone's the horse path. They're going to use my tax dollars, guys, to spend hours and hours to find out that person's face, that person's bank's account, and freeze them because they were here this weekend protesting for the right uh, and speak about who they elected. This person voted for, let's assume, Trudeau. If it's not this person, then at least it's that person. Or it could be both of them, or it could be none of them. But there is definitely someone in this crowd that voted for Trudeau. Because if he won, then he definitely had the majority somewhere. So these people who voted for Trudeau, and who is Trudeau? This is Trudeau, right? This was him when he was young, and this is him playing politics when he's now. But why was he doing that? Why was he doing that? According to his excuses, he didn't see why this was bad because he was covered with his privilege, right? And people let him go, right? People because people loved them back then. But now they're not going to let that go when he's doing things like this, right? When he's doing things like this, they're not going to let that go. I like this comment right here. Don't forget about your health and safety. And you like it. We got free healthcare, right? So that means we can use the horse on you. So they're going to use my tax dollars, guys, to go after these people to understand who they are. What is their first name? What is their middle name? What is their last name? And which bank accounts they have? What business do they have? And are they going to freeze their bank accounts? They're going to block their license, their business license, so that they don't make any money on the side. Right? You gotta have that side money ready, guys. You gotta have that emergency ready if the government is going to act an emergency act on you. And sometimes your emergency cash needs to be not just cash, but it needs to be somewhere else. Like, for example, if you go to El Salvador right now and you have Bitcoins, well, hey, you can do a lot. You can even buy lands, you can buy property, you can buy groceries, you can do anything. So you don't necessarily need the dollar anymore. You can operate on cryptocurrencies in some countries in the Caribbean, for example, or Central America, and more countries will be added to this list, right? If you don't want to leave Canada, well, consider this. What are you going to do when CBDCs are going to be implemented? And maybe you're not the type who's going to go protest. Maybe that's an extreme. But what if one day they're like, you know what? You didn't wear your mask. You forgot your mask. Therefore, you're not going to spend your money for a week. That's how it starts, guys. Remember? Remember how this guy was, the funny mustache was? It was very emotionally unstable, right? One day he could say this, the other day he changed his entire mind and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go there all in. Absolute power corrupt absolutely. And this is what he's doing with the power he has right now. Imagine when the technology will allow him to do at a push of a button, block everyone's money. At a push of a button. Right? We're on the same page. CJ. Mexico, as what? As an option to go? To leave the country? Me, I don't know, man. Anywhere else. Anywhere else where I have some sort of more freedom than I have now. And I don't mind being a nomad, man. But I'm seriously considering myself. I was already considering myself renouncing my residency after this weekend. I know for a fact I'm going to do it. And whether my wife wants to come with me or not, I'm gone, my man. I am gone. It is over. I'm walking away from politics. I walked away from politics a couple years ago. I don't vote anymore because it's useless. Now I want to make sure my tax dollars does not get used to do shit like this. That's why I'm leaving. Because I refuse to take part in any way shit like this. And let me show you what exactly I mean. Using my tax dollars to figure out who was the assaulter of this horse, not the victim that got put and stamped on, No. Who's the assaulter of this horse? Because you blocking the way for the horse to have a nice ride. The horse wants to dump his shit on the streets, but now he has to dump his shit on you. I need to figure out what's your bank account so I can freeze it. I need to figure out what's your face so I can make sure you don't open any business in the future. So that you, because you dare stay in the crowd on the side and allow the horse to hit you, as opposed to me who purposely walking towards you and the horse rallying you all the way to, with my guards here with their like baton, getting ready to beat you after I stomping on you, right? Uh, Right? That's what my tax dollars are being used for right now. So that's why I'm saying now I have the moral duty to exit this damn country, man. Because there's no way I'm going to allow my tax dollars to be used for shit like this. That's why I'm leaving. And I don't care if my wife wants to come with me or not. I don't care. I gotta take a stand somewhere. And also, I want to keep as more money in my pocket as possible so that I can reinvest it in shit that I believe in. It's people that are actually doing work to improve the society. I can vet these people myself and donate to their cause if I feel they're doing a good job, if I see that they're doing a good job, if I see that they're not doing shit like this, right? So that's why. Yes, bro. Bro. No, don't even get me started on this, man. My own family men were telling me that yo, I always need to vote liberals. I'm like, F you. F you. My own family was telling me that yo, always vote liberal. Us, us in this family, we always vote liberal. F you. I don't care if I have the same last name as you. I vote for whoever the fuck I want to. And guess what? I'm not voting for anyone anymore. And I started not voting for people like last decade. Now I'm definitely not voting for anyone else. Politics, I'm fucking done with politics, bro. Walking away politics and use that, guys. I want you to learn something from all this. Do not ever trust a politician. Ever. Do not ever trust a politician. Only start thinking that they might be a good person after they have done at least three things they promised they would do for you. Until they have done three things they promised they would do for you, don't give them any benefit of the doubt. Do not trust them. As far as you're concerned, they're an enemy, right? They're an enemy. They're evil liars. They're psychological liars. They are people like that. They are people where on Black History Month, they're going viral for being called Blackface Mr. Funny Mustache. That's what they are, man. To a hell no. Hell no, bro. So yeah, man, don't get me rallying on that, bro, because yo, my own family was on that BS, and I spoke with them. F you. And if you're watching me and you're my family and you told me that BS too, F you again. Screw you. Don't tell me what to do with my vote. If I decide not to vote, my not voting is a fucking vote. I decide not to take part in this BS. I don't want to spend any time unless I can, being demonetized on goddamn bot, demonetized on YouTube. Let me block that bot. But yeah, man, damn family, bro, telling me what to do with my vote. F you, bro. I don't do this shit. I don't do this shit. Yeah, I don't do that. Sorry, guys. I had to take care of the bot. That's how they come after you, man. These bots, whenever they come, later my whole thing is froze. Like I can't. It doesn't share my videos. The entire stream will be demonetized, guys. To be honest, YouTube already alerted me. I see my revenue on YouTube went straight to zero as soon as I made the stream earlier this week talking about what was happening in Canada. They don't like content like this, but f them. Shout out to the sponsor of this stream so far. So thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate, bro. Seriously, man, you're getting on my nerve, man. You got me all riled up with this, man. So pissed, man. Not because of Asian voting for Trudeau. It's just that, man. I know what was coming. I don't never trust any politicians, but no, my own family telling me to vote for this guy because he's cute, because he's liberal. F you, man. Screw you. Because what his dad was good, because he's supposed to be good too. What did he do for me? Unless a politician do three things that they say they're going to do for you, do not believe them. And the law should, if I would ever run a country, you know what I would do? To have the honor to apply to be a president of this country, you need to at least do three things that you say you're going to do for the benefit of the society. Then I'll believe you that maybe you have the right to put yourself out there and represent the country. And if you're not an engineer, you're not a scientist, you're not a business owner, don't even fucking think about applying. If you don't know anything about economy, don't apply, bro. If you apply in my country, if I was running a country, if you apply and you're not a business owner, an engineer, a scientist, or all three combined, I would execute you to death. That's what I would do, man. I'm tired of this BS, bro. People just talking, seducing, telling you shit, shaking your hands. Next thing you know, bro, their real self come out. The real evil laugh, evil tongue out come out, and then they use your tax dollars to fucking go after innocent people. But no, you're not innocent anymore. You are a violator of the horse because the horse couldn't dump his shit on the street. You had to dump his shit on you. Fucking pissed, bro. Husa. 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 Don't worry. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. All right, let's go to the comments, guys. Let's go to the comment. If they froze your account, you're going to have to use the barter system. Yeah, absolutely. But thank God, cryptocurrencies is a tool. It's it can use for good. It can use for evil. The good is people can barter. It's a much easier to barter. But the bad is with CBDCs, it I have to live in a corner. But hey, man, if I leave the country early enough, and they won't get me. Yeah, man. What's up? What's up, Andre? Andre Terry. I haven't seen you here before, but salute to you, my brother. Salute to you. Uh, yeah, man. Yeah, I do speak French, man. Yeah, I'm Asian, bro. I speak French. I speak Creole. I'm actually thinking of starting another channel, but I don't have time to run two channel right now. But I eventually I'll start it and then I'll run it. But I want to start a channel where I kind of like mix I want to all the Asians abroad away from Haiti. I want to build this community of Asians away from the community. I mean, away from Haiti, so that we can talk to each other. If any days that, if any day, man, we need to unite and fight for something, like maybe contribute with each other to raise and invest in a country back in the future or something like that, or just stay connected, man. It's now with the power of technology, we no longer have to be separate. We can be united in the virtual world. At least we can use that to our advantage and give ourselves some games and build this virtual network as opposed to the network that we cannot build in our physical land. Très bonne idée. Merci, merci. But salute to you, man. But yeah, I don't have time right now to really monitor two channels. This channel is already taking a lot of my energy, a lot of my free time. But I'm seriously thinking about it. I've been thinking about it this weekend. I'm going to do it. I'm definitely going to do it. Someone has to, and I'm just tired, man. And right now, man, I don't want to call myself a Canadian, man. I'm ashamed of what's going on right now, man. Right? I'm ashamed of what's going on right now. And my worst part is just that shout out to $6 CV. Man, again, Mr. Ambassador of the CV-19, right? How to prevent the next pandemic? He's already at it. Mr. I own the patent to CV. He's already selling his book on making more money, increasing wealth on how to prevent the next pandemic. So, guys, more lockdowns is coming, right? More lockdowns is coming. You will have people will have more reason to protest, and when they do protest, police will go after them, and then if that keeps going, eventually AI will be for them. AI will come after them, will facilitate their capture, and CBDCs will facilitate their bank seizure. Let me see. I saw you a while ago on the lead attorney on the Suzette Speak channel. Hey, salute, salute, salute. Shout out to the lead attorney and Suzette Speaks. Thank you very much, Andre Terry. Thank you for being here. I've been subscribed for a little bit. Thank you very much. And thank you for your support, especially in a stream like this. Not many people is going to watch it. I'm sure I'll be shadow banned on this one. Definitely won't be monetized, but man, whatever. Whatever, man. They can come after me if they want to. Whatever. But why am I doing this stream, guys? There is a reason why I'm doing this stream. There is something to learn. It's not just that the Western societies will be using exactly what Canada is doing. It's not just that. It's also so that you can have the urgency to work on your side. Work on your side piece, right? Have your portfolio working on the side. And shout out to Mikey on my Discord. He actually shared a link to to a platform where you can start having a life without exchanging crypto and fiat currency. You can buy grocery stuff, buy Tim Hortons, Walmart. At least settle that part, and don't do it when everything is is falling apart, right? You gotta do it when wait, let me see, where is that? Oh, I'll have to find it. Let me know if you guys join my Discord. I'll share that link later with everyone because it's I mean, I already had a link like that before when I did the stream with the hacker. I don't want to call him a hacker, but he was a hack. He had a hacker experience. But if you guys join my Discord, I'll be dropping the links for this platform that allows you to buy things without exchanging cash. Basically, the barter system, but with cryptocurrencies, decentralized. So without the need of your name, it's not like there is any way you can get caught, but it's better than nothing. And also, I definitely encourage you the more platform you have as an alternative to the big five banks on your countries, the better it is. Crypto.com, open an account on crypto.com, that get their credit cards. I'm sure at some point credit cards will be able to limit your funds too, but it's better to do that than nothing, right? So if you have your banks, you have your crypto.com with a credit card attached to it, you have another platform that allows you to exchange buy things without ever exchanging cash or fiat. More platform, more layers, and then you can have decentralized accounts where you stake that every day, like we're doing right now. Shout out to Mikey again for promoting Drip, because right now Drip is one of my actually probably in this bear market one of the best DeFi platform out there that I'm doing, and we have our own we have our own risk tolerance when it comes to this cryptocurrency, but it's still a good project, and I'll start promoting it in my Discord soon. I have some, I have some risk tolerance that I'm not too comfortable with it, but I'm comfortable enough at that point to put 10K on it this year. So I'll share more details on my Discord. I'm actually going to record my mastermind later, but yeah, I definitely encourage more people to have platforms. Great question, Mister. It's not even a question; it's a comment, right? Yes. I know you are in Discord, but you have to consider Telegram. Yes, I do. I'm already in Telegram. It's just that I don't have a group in it yet, but um, I'll have to. Yeah, Discords can play ball with centralization, right? You're right. Crypto.com is centralized, and you have to be in a system in a way. I don't like full darkness. I don't like full darkness because when you go full darkness, you live like a homeless person, and I want to live in luxury to the best I can. I like to be fully legal, but play gray. Don't go full darkness. And when I say legal, you're still declaring your taxes, or you make investment in a ways that you don't have to declare it because you never have to sell them. That's what I do. That's what I love to do, man. Make early investments, stake them, collect them. But if you don't sell it, it's not a, it's not a, it's there's no capital gain there, right? So that's what I like to do. I like to learn all the things I can do so I can stay reduce my taxes as low as possible. And centralization is good because it's not good, but it's just better than nothing because it's at least crypto.com is located in did you mean that crypto.com? But at least this platform is in Hong Kong, right? Where Canada doesn't really have a jurisdiction there, like where the United States doesn't really have a jurisdiction. They can shut down the account. Um, they can shut down like, your fiat account, but they won't shut down your crypto account. You see what I'm saying? You can always leave the country and still be part of crypto.com. You can access packs, right? Which is shout out to you. I think you were mentioning that earlier this year, Mr. Cashflow Hunter. Packs, which is gold. Cryptocurrency is backed by gold. Uh sorry guys. Let me just give a shout out to Gail. No comment, no question, just pure love. Thank you very much. And it will be needed today, man, because YouTube has reached out to me in a subtle way to make me understand videos like this are not welcome on YouTube. I got the message clear, very clear. So I'll probably be shadowing the next couple days, guys, on my YouTube channel. And I'll have to transition my content because wealth engineering is still a business, guys. But I had to take a stand somewhere because I don't like what I'm seeing, and there is many things we can learn from what's going on right now. So thank you, Gail, for your super chat, and I can't wait for you to be monetized as well, so we can celebrate together. Shout out to you, the best moderator online, the lead moderator, and hope you're closing deals. Hope you're closing deals. All right. Shout out to you guys. Now, yes, yes, because if you do have a crypto.com account with the Visa card, you can go anywhere, right? You can buy any tickets, you can go anywhere, you can purchase in any country. Because if you go full dark, you don't have all this, you really have to, like, you don't have all these opportunities out there. Like, if you have a kid, if you have a family, you need to have the best for your family and your kid. You don't want to go full dark where now you become illegal, right? Now you give the government a reason to go after you. I don't recommend that. I don't recommend full darkness. So yes, I like the aspect of still stay within the centralization per se, still have that option. Even if you don't put all your money there, most of your money there, still put some money there, some money and not decentralized. You have that option. If it comes to it, then it's there. So what you don't want to do is only relying on one option, and then that gets shut down, and then you f. You don't want that. So get as many options as possible. And the reason why I recommend crypto.com is because they're not located in the United States. They're not located in Canada. The SEC could change the rules and then say, hey, we don't like crypto.com anymore. But crypto.com is playing the game in a way that is going to be very hard for the governments to go after them. They're playing the game right, even though they're centralized. They're playing their game right. And as long as you declare your taxes, man, do your thing. What I would recommend is, instead of going dark, why not go to a country where not paying taxes is legal? Like, right? That's legal. Shout out to Wealthy Expat, right? I brought them in this channel so that you guys can learn game. You don't even have to go move to the country. You can just register your business there and then be in the United States, which is still living in high luxury, first world amenities and all that. You can go to a country like Georgia, not country, but state like Georgia, right? You can go to where states where cryptos are considered legal tender, and people can accept that. You can go to countries in the Caribbean, right? Shout out to my land that I bought. I bought the land in the Caymans, not for tax purposes, but hey, I'll definitely use it to my advantage for my taxes, because I don't like what's happening here. I didn't thought that I was going to leave Canada forever, but after what happened this weekend, man, I'm seriously considering it. Not just leaving it forever, but renouncing my whole citizenship, man. I'm I'm considering that a lot. I've been thinking about that every day this weekend. But yeah, man. But I recommend at least many options. Crypto.com is one of them. With the Visa card, you can buy any. I spent my entire year buying groceries, paying my bill for my business, buying my cryptos using the crypto.com platform. Pull out cash as soon as my paycheck. The only thing I wish I could do is that I could link my company paycheck to go straight to my crypto.com. Not even going to the bank. But if there is one thing that this whole madness should teach you, is make sure you understand where you're putting your money. And when you put your money in the bank, your money is no longer for you. So get away from the bank system as fast as possible. Because hey, government now has the power to shut down the banks. They also have the power to shut down crypto, the centralized ones. But they'll go after the bank first before they go after the centralized. And sometimes the centralized could play ball in a way, or you can buy cryptos that gives you more freedom, right? Or you can use that as a way to go to your decentralized. And once you go to your decentralized, you're free. There is no KYC. There's no name attached to your spending, your buy and sells. That's why DeFi is a threat to what's happening right now. And the DeFi will definitely boom more and more. The more we see shit like this, government are going after people. Financial sections, right? In case you just coming here. And before I move on to the next one, let me play it again, because this is so important, guys. This is so important. Coming to a theater near you. This is what governments are planning to do in the future. Wait, and I'll get to the chat later, right? But let me get back to you. This is why what the countries of the G7 will be doing this decade. And what you're seeing in Canada right now is just a glimpse, but put you Mr. Elon Musk is comparing this guy, our prime minister, to Mr. Funny Mustache. And then, if in case you didn't see the thumbnail, This is what the thumbnail looks like. This is what he was doing back in the days. And then while he's shaking hands with our people here, but hey, now they're clearing up the streets. They told everyone that there's no more protest happening in front of the parliament after 3 weeks. Um, Basically, Mr. Trudeau declared the emergency act, and it became an emergency to uh, to do this, right? It became an emergency to step on people's face, people's stomach with the horse, and then also send them to jail because they blocked the way for the horse, right? And if you're watching exactly what's happening here, this is what the horse was doing, ramping, plowing through everyone. Look at them glasses. The horse is a full cop. Look at that. That's what happened, right? And that was a crime right there. It's not a crime against humanity. It's that human person is committing a crime because he's obstructing the horse way. He's not allowing the horse to dump his shit on the street where your tax dollar will be used to clean that horse shit. Instead, your tax dollars will be used so that we can find out his face right here and understand how to limit his financial gains, income, and all that. And this is what the police chief had to say.
Retreat and go home, are they going to be getting sort of repercussions down the road? Or are you going to be sort of actively pursuing the people that you've been sort of documenting and filming who are still out there protesting? What are your plans after this, after the protest is over?
Thank you. It's a great question. And the simple answer is yes. If you are involved in this protest, we will actively look to identify you and follow up with financial sanctions and criminal charges. Absolutely. This investigation will go on for months to come. It has many, many different streams, both from a federal financial level, from a provincial licensing level, from a criminal code level, from a municipal breach of court order, breach of court injunction level. It will be a complicated and time-consuming investigation that will go on for a period of time. You have my commitment that that investigation will continue and we will hold people accountable for taking our streets over.
Again, you have the police chief's commitment that, hey, they're going to after everyone who donated to this. Millions and millions of dollars were donated to the protest because people thought they were exerting their rights for freedom. But now they're become criminals, and then government is going after them, and they're going to spend a long time using your tax dollars to go after them. But there is a way out, guys. There is a way out. We're gonna talk about it. The NFL players are taking 100% of his salary in Bitcoin. We're going to talk about Lamelo Ball because right now it's the All Star, and this guy is also pioneering the way. But what they're both of these players are teaching us is going away from the traditional banking, the traditional monetary system, and making your own way. And we need to inspire from these players as well so that you can have your own side income, your own side banking, your own side way to spend money and get assets and commodities in your house, right? You need to go full DeFi, not full darkness, right? Mr. Cashflow, not full darkness, but full DeFi just in case. Because what you just heard from the police chief is just a glimpse of the future. This is coming in your theater near you. Buckle your seats and get ready. And hey, me, as far as I'm concerned, after this weekend, it's over. I'm definitely going to be leaving away from Canada. The question now is, do I renounce my citizenship as a Canadian? Yes or no? That's the question I'm dealing right now. But when it comes to renouncing my residency and not pay tax in this country, hell yeah. I didn't want to pay tax anyway, but now that I see what my tax is being used for, oh man, I'm double motivated to leave. Double motivated to leave. And F everyone in my family telling me to vote liberal. F them again. I love them, but F them. Just wanted to throw that out there. Be a little bit petty. All right, let's go to the chat very quickly. Is it because the word black on the title? No, actually, before I even made that post, I my previous stream earlier this week, them numbers got really low. It was limited. They said that it was limited based on the title. They not title, based on the content itself. Is they not publishers did not want to promote and put ads in front of it. So yeah, it's mm-mm, mm-mm. So they didn't allow me to monetize the video. That's basically what. And yeah, that's a way to discourage you for doing things like that, right? So again, shout out to your super chat because I'll need that for this one. And the thing is, if I keep doing videos like that, I know how YouTube works. They're going to shadow ban my platform. But I just wanted to at least do this as we're closing down on this protest to show you where Canada is heading, guys, and why you need to have a plan B, right? And let me answer this question very quick. Did you sacrifice for Pulse Chain and Pulse Sex? I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with these two platforms, so I don't know. Sacrifice? If you want to add more clarity to what you mean, let me know in the comment section. Yeah, I answered that question. Create a channel on Rumble. Yeah, I mean, no one's going to see it, so it's going to take me a lot of energy to make a video, streams, and all that. No one's going to see it, so why bother? YouTube is king at this point, and you have to play ball in a way. But me, I'll again, my main source of revenue is not YouTube, so I'm just doing it out of passion. If it works, fine. If not, I'll push it as much as I can, and we'll see. We'll see. All right. Thank you. Yeah, join Discord as well while we have it there, and we can share some game. I will be sharing the link later. I know I have it somewhere in my Discord. I have to figure out where I put it. But shout out to Maki again for this. He was telling us earlier that's where he buys groceries. Let me see. Carl Black, engineering try scaling. Yeah, I think we talk about that. Canada plans is to maintain the status quo, working poor, broke, in debt, heavy taxes, and not have anything. I got my wake up call years ago. The government can go directly into your account in Canada. Absolutely, absolutely. I hope what's happening right now can wake up more people. Another waste of tax dollars, which they will raise after overspending. Oh man, exactly. They were going to spend all this money in going after all this, and they're like, oh, we have no more money. Let's raise more taxes. I'm out, bro. I'm out. That's the best way legally to do it. Shout out to you. Never enough for them, of course. Legally, man. Legally going away and be able to enjoy luxury somewhere else, where all my tax dollars can be put on my investment accounts to multiply my wealth faster, so I can enjoy luxury instead of living in a corner hiding. No, I don't do that, bro. I don't recommend that either. All right, guys. So very quickly, I wanted to mention also, um yes, we talk about LaMelo Ball. I wanted to mention very quickly, I didn't mention that earlier, the I put, if you are not on my general Discord, because I have a free Discord where everyone can join. I also I also have a Patreon slash OG account that you can Discord, and that's where I have my exclusive Discord. I share more information. Now, there is a report I sent earlier to this morning And that is very interesting. I'll leave it at that. Provide a lot of information. But all I'm going to say at this is, guys, there is a reason why the truckers were so effective in basically affecting the countries in a way economically, and not just the country, the entire world. They were putting pressure, guys. The government didn't just react emergency act out of nowhere. They were really going out because the trucker hit a nerve that economically could have had a huge impact on the world's financial system without knowing exactly. But let me tell you, 1 out of 4 trade happening between the US and Canada happened in a bridge called the Ambassador Bridge. It is the busiest international bridge in North America. Again, a quarter of the trade between US and Canada happens on that bridge. When the protesters started blocking that bridge, that's when the Emergency Act was reacted. Now, if you block the bridge, 25% of the GDP of the country basically is affected. That's really going to hurt Canada on long term, but also the world, because the companies that we're doing trade with are big American companies, Fortune 500, like for example Ford Motors. They had to shut down one of their manufacturing plants because of delays that were happening because of the bridge. Toyota had to shut down some of their plants too because they couldn't manufacture them last week. Right? Because they also have deals in parts and manufacturers in Canada for cheap labor and all that. General Motors were one of them, canceled multiple shifts um, due to shortage in parts. So that's gesture of freedom blocking the bridge. And I don't think they did it randomly. They know what they were doing. Had severe impacts in the country's ability to make money and also the world. Because if we have a problem with delivery, like for example, imagine the parts, the chips, the computers that have to be putting into these cars, and this is just the vehicle industry. This is not talking about other industries like farming, like electricity, like right utilities, or a bunch of other industries that relies on this bridge to transport goods and services, or just mostly goods, right? So that's why this protest was so effective, because it was really touching the government where it hurts the worst, in their money, in their pockets, in their banks. And a lot of these truckers are not making money, they're losing money. So at this point, they don't care. If they're losing money, they're going to make you feel what it feels like. Now the government is like, if that's where you want to go, Biden was supporting him. Biden was supporting Justin Trudeau, saying that you need to uh, you need to use forces to get these people out and clear the streets. Why? Because Biden is already doing bad in the polls. Inflation numbers are rising. The stock market is like iffy right now. If we have, by the way, guys, we've been having a global chip shortage for over a year now. And that has serious impact. That is one of the reasons why Elon Musk is not going to release a new car this year. But it also has serious impacts in many other industries, because everything we use in this world has a chip in it. Right? So again, go check out the report. I I released 3 reports and a video on my exclusive Discord. This is not for everyone. This is everyone who bought my course before January, and also everyone. I mean, right now I have no one in my Patreon right now. But if you ever wanted to be in my Patreon, then you'll lead you access to my exclusive Discord, where I share insiders information with people. Insiders information that gives you a huge leg ahead of the masses to understand where trends are going and understand what are good investments you can make to take benefit of these trends. All right. So these truckers out here, they were touching the governments. And that's why I'm saying it didn't take long for Ontario to cancel a passport mandate, Quebec to cancel the passport mandate, because the truckers know the roads. They know how the economy works. They are responsible for the economy. They're actually more valuable than anyone in parliament right now. Because if they don't deliver that good, this manufacturer can't produce the goods, and they won't be able to make sales. Government won't be able to get taxes. People won't be able to get employed. Like, and it goes on and on and on like this. And this is just one industry, and you have many industries, right? But what does that tell you? Government see how important, how much they rely on the working classes. They're going to be triple motivated to replace the working class. They are going to be triple motivated to have self-driving trucks on the road. If there was any reluctance of accepting the laws to make Elon Musk happy with his self-driving cars, now there is something to gain for the government out of it, right? They will welcome it. It will happen a lot faster than anticipated, right? With artificial intelligence come absolute power for a company. If this company is playing ball with the government, it's a wrap. Then remember what I talk about CBDCs. So that's why I want to give shout outs, especially now we're in the NBA All Star weekend, to this young player who's barely 20 years old and who's already making the All Star, LaMelo Ball, who is pioneering these NFTs. I made a video about that, and I'll link it if you're watching on replay. It's a dynamic NFT that you can that gain value every time he unlocks a new feature in his real life. Hence, the first time he went on an all-star game, well, his NFTs are going to be worth a lot more because this he just unlocked something in it. That's why I encourage people like this. NFL player taking 100% of his salary in Bitcoin. What can you do with Bitcoin now? You can go in countries like El Salvador or countries in the Caribbean where you can use that as legal tender, right? And guess what? The Los Angeles Rams were the winners of the Super Bowl. And we had crypto ads all over the place when it comes to the Super Bowl commercials. So more people are being exposed to cryptocurrencies, and these players are putting it into the masses' minds that hey, cryptocurrencies could be another alternative. I like that it's Joseph Pompliano. Shout out to Anthony Pompliano. But yes, guys, that's the way out. The way out is using a platform, financial platform that gives you sovereignty over your own money without having to go to the current financial system that we have now. It means create your own NFTs if you have to, where you get paid in your own currency that you of your choosing, as opposed to relying only on the main income from the NBA, for example, that's going to give you in fiat. With inflation, this fiat is not going to worth anything. But if you have it and you transform the value into something that gains value over time, like Bitcoin, then we're talking, right? We're talking. So that's why I support this. And I encourage you guys to start looking for your other ways. You start looking, I start with crypto.com. I recommend this one and get your card. There is a free card you can get. I'll actually pull up the website for you guys. There is a free card you can get. All right. You can get a free credit card. It's a Visa based credit card. Even that can give you more option than the traditional bank. But not to rely on a centralized platform, also have your centralized or decentralized platform, meaning you have your hardware wallet. And let me also put the website for you. Ledger.com. You also have your hardware wallet, and do not buy your hardware wallet and you do not buy your hardware wallet in Amazon or on Amazon. You got to buy it um, straight from the website. Okay. I use Ledger Nano S. I prefer it. When we did the interview with the security or the person who had a lot of information on crypto security. By the way, this stream is also on my Patreon slash exclusive Discord. You can access it there too. But he said that he preferred Trezor over Ledger because that's what he used, and he has more control over that. But me, I use the Ledger. I would definitely encourage you guys to look into it. So let me look at the product. So when you go on this website right here, guys, you can go on products, and then you can go crypto metal Visa cards, right? I'm actually in the process of getting my another wallet because I lost my wallet, my physical wallet. I lost it, and then my card. I lost my crypto card in it. So now I'm getting a new card. So I have to validate my address again and all that. So okay, so this one right here, you don't need any money in there to. You don't need to stake any dollars to get it. So it's a free card. Just by having the account, you can apply for this card and it's free. So this is a prepaid card with 1% cash back in CRO. Assuming, yeah, you don't even need to put any money in, it's still 1%, right? So, um, me, I actually staked some money earlier this year and I was collecting 3% cash back. And let me tell you, this 3% cash back adds so fast, you would not believe how fast it would add up to pay you back that money that you invest that you locked in. You can always remove your initial payment back, but if you do, then you will switch like this, and you will not. No, it won't be 3.5 anymore. You'll be 1. It will be 1.5% cashback, which is still good on anything, by the way. But if you do lock your money, then you can get Netflix, you can get airport lounge. So I had the purple card for over a year. I lost my wallet. I'm asking for a new card, but I'm going to apply for the green card. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing. I'll just apply for the green card and all. So yeah, that's basically it. Get me. I have this card. I know I referred a lot of people to CRO and crypto.com. They got that card and they love it. If you don't want to lock anything at the bare minimum, get yourself this one. It's free. Get yourself out there. It allows you to spend your money online. It allows to spend your money in any stores. Like you can use an ATM and pull out money. It's a really weird plastic Like it's a flimsy plastic as opposed to this one, which is like a hard metal. I love the metal cards, but this one for free, it's a plastic. But at this point, who cares? Get something that works, right? This is a plan B. Then another plan B, as Mr. Cashflow Hunter mentioned, ledger.com. You go on the website, beware of phishing attacks, right? Make sure you never give your private keys to anyone. Never do that. And then you get yourself some Nano, right? You get yourself Ledger Nano S or Trezor if you want to, and you lock your cryptocurrencies in a ledger. Okay, they're working on a Visa card as well. Wouldn't that be good? You lock your cryptocurrencies, they accumulate over time, and then later you can get a Visa card that allows you to spend your money on your ledger without ever going to the bank. That's what I'm talking about, guys. That's what I'm talking about. Have a layer of banking without going to the financial banks. And this is what DeFi is allowing. Decentralized finance and platforms like hardware wallets. When you have a hardware wallet like that, it's like having a vault. You're carrying a vault with you, a bank vault with you. You can convert your paycheck into Bitcoin or stable coin and then make spending like this. But if you're gonna go with a stable coin, you need to watch, especially Mr. Cashflow Hunter. If you wanna go with that, you need to watch my stream with the hacker, right? You need to watch my stream. Right now, I have it on my Patreon and I have it on my exclusive Discord. But this guy, it was 4 hours of gems that we did a stream on where this guy went deep. If you want to go dark, man, you cannot go with a stable coin. You cannot go with any cryptocurrencies that are being sold right now in platforms like this. Shout out to Natasha Vincent. I believe she followed one of my advice earlier last year about getting the crypto.com. Now I'm trying to find any excuses to get cash back on everything. Absolutely. I know exactly how you feel, Natasha Vincent. I know exactly how you feel. Let me give a salute also to Luigi. Luigi on the go. Salute, my brother. YouTuber also. Salute, salute. Nice info. Thank you very much. And I'll get to the chat later. I see more content, more comment coming. I'll let me more comment that I missed. Sorry, I just want to finish this what I was saying earlier, and then I'll close the stream later. But yeah, guys, things like this is still another backup, right? So what should you be doing? Buy Ledger Nano S. Put yourself on the list when a card like that comes in, right? Uh, because just because it's Visa, it allows you to buy in 50 million merchant online on stores around the world, right? So if your crypto.com Visa card get blocked, maybe this one might stay open. So that's what I'm saying. And I don't know if they have Monero, if you can hold Monero on a ledger, or maybe DAI. Me, I love UST. If they could hold UST in the future, that would be perfect. But let me see. Did they do Monero? Ah, there you go. Oh, not supported by Ledger Live yet. All right. Did they do USD? I doubt they would do USD. USD is too. That's the thing. I need to find another wallet for a hard wallet for USD because I love this stable coin, man. There is also DAI. That's what the Wrap USD, Ledger, My Ether wallet. Okay, we can work with that. Wrap USD, Polygon. We can work with that. You see that there's some support there that we can work with. How about Luna? Not supported. Then swap. Oh, you can swap. You can send and you can receive a Luna. No, that's not. Yeah, not send and receive, but not staking. Supported by wallet. Yeah, not supported. Yeah, that's the problem. But eventually, guys, you never know. Things like this could add up a future later that allows you to put Lara on your ledger. One thing I know is MetaMask. You can pair your Ledger Nano Esque with MetaMask, so that is an extra layer of security. And I recommend you do that, because one thing we learned from this stream I was telling you about with the hacker is you don't you don't want to use MetaMask on its own and put serious amount of money on there. It's one of the easiest things to hack, and if you're using that, it's very easy for platforms to, I mean, the government agencies to go find out what cryptocurrency you have, where it's linked to, if you really wanted to go full off grid. But if you want to go full off grid, guys, you gotta check this one. Then bot. Let me let me go tackle this bot. Sorry, guys. But anyway, that's basically what I wanted to go over, guys. Why is the world going after our prime minister right here? Because this guy is acting like a dictator and he's doing things like Mr. Funny Mustache wish he was, I mean, was doing. But sooner or later, if he stays long enough in power, he's going to have so much power in his hand because of technologies that he'll be able to do things that Mr. Funny Mustache wish he could do. For example, use artificial intelligence to basically seize everyone's face that doesn't agree with him, and then use CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, to shut down your account regardless of where it is, whether you're using a Ledger Nano or not. That's what CBDC allows. If a CBDC, you can hold your CBDC in your Ledger Nano S, it will act as a Trojan horse. Now, if you have that in your digital wallet, they know any wallet you have or any cryptocurrencies you have in this Ledger Nano S belongs to who? Belongs to this guy right here that is using the CBDCs that we don't want to be used. So any transaction that is being done from that wallet, they can trace it. That's that's what they're not telling you guys about CBDCs. And not only that, they can block it so that you never spend any money from that. What you need to watch that stream, guys. There's so much gems for 4 hours that but I for his own security, I had to put it kind of like put a paywall behind it because it was going viral. This as I was watching it live, the numbers were going viral with this stream. It was one of my most viewed stream at the time, and yo, he showed us something at the end. After I saw that, I decided to unlist the video and all, because that's just too much. That's just too much info. Not everyone is. Some infos are not all info is good to share publicly. All right. Even though it can save your life, even though it can save your wealth, not all infos are good to share publicly. But on a Patreon, it's there. I'm not even going to leave it for members. It's this one has to be either Patreon or my OG if you bought my course earlier. But all right, let's go to the chat before we close the stream. Paul's chain is a fork of Ethereum. The one behind the fork is Richard. Yeah, man, I don't care. Doesn't sound too good to me. I'm sure there's many forks of Ethereum. Hey, remember Ethereum Max? I made a video about that. That used to be a scam. Man, I focus on fundamentals, Mr. CJ. That's if you're new and you don't know my investing style, I focus on strong fundamental and I focus on cash flow value investing, meaning I collect the money today, I collect money in the future over value appreciation. By today, I mean reward, staking, whether it's dividend, whether it's cash flow from my real estate investments, which currently I don't have, but I plan to, or whether it's cryptocurrency that pays me every minute. So I love to collect money now, and I love to hold it long enough so that over time it 10x, it 100x. That's what I do. That's what I teach on my course, and I teach how to find cryptos like that. Or what's the philosophy you need to have to start building a portfolio for wealth like that. All right. Thank you, Gail. Thank you very much, Gail, and I'll reach out to you later to connect with you. Make sure that you're working in your business. Shout out to you, Gail. Thank you for your comment here and moderating. Best moderator online. If you have a YouTube channel, definitely check her out. She's giving a lot of game there. I hope that answers your question, Mr. CJ. Um, Let me see what's going on here. Cash flow hunter, that's Canada. All they do is waste your money moving amongst themselves, then charge the citizen more. If you owe them, the CRA can go into your bank plus garnish your tax account. Yes, you do not want to owe the CRA. This is not the right way to do it. You need to pay them more if you have to, and then play it the right way, and set up your account if you need to get out of this country. Damn bot, man. What's going on? Damn bot. All right. That's how you play the game. You got to do it legally. So you smile with their faces and they can't get after you because, according to their own law, they can go after you. That's the beauty of playing it legal. You're doing the exact same game they are doing, right? The exact same game they are doing. Many of these politicians, they have offshores account, right? Remember the article that was popular got released. Was it earlier last year or was it 2020? One of these years. Is it the Panama fiasco? Something like there is. All of them have offshore accounts. A lot of them. Why? Taxes. But then they're going to call each other's out. Oh, you're not paying your taxes. But you too, you're not paying your taxes. Oh, Lord, politics, man, politics. Let me see what else going on in the chat. But but spending with this card will create a tax event. Yes. So what? So what? Pay your taxes. Just arrange it in a way that you don't have to pay as much taxes. And like I said, me, the way I'm going to do it, no, it's not going to be a tax event. So that's what I'm saying. Reduce the taxes as close to zero as possible legally. But what I am saying, Mr. Cashflow, is at least have that option. Don't wait until the end of days to start ordering your card. Order it now and don't spend any money into it. Keep it active just in case. That's all I'm saying. If you don't want to go to that extreme, fine. At least have it there just in case. You do not want to be in a situation where government is going after you because of some random reason, and then you have no other ways to operate. You don't want that. That's my whole point behind this whole stream. Luigi on the go. I will check more of your content and maybe inform my audience. Love it too. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much. If you can, yeah, man, we gotta keep as many people aware as possible, aware and wake them as possible because what's happening right now is just the beginning. Man, damn bot. Let me see, Mr. Peter Investor M. Just remember just remember E a figurehead. There is people behind him. He has to answer instead of the people. Of course. Of course. But hey, we gotta attack the way society works. We voted the figurehead, right? We voted the figurehead. So we gotta attack the figurehead. I don't know who those people behind him are. I mean, I know, but if I would say it, it would be a conspiracy. So hey, we gotta attack the figurehead, right? And man, why? Why? Why do all that? Right? While shaking hands. What do you do for me? And until you do three things that you promised that you were going to do, I'm not going to believe you. When you keep it simple like that, guys, you cannot get fooled by any politicians. And because politicians will never actually follow up on what they say they're going to do for you, not for them, for you, whether they come before or after, you protect yourself. Great stream, mon frère. Thank you very much. I believe you might be the sponsor of this stream. Yes, you are. The person who super chat the most is the official sponsor of the stream. So thank you very much, Mr. CJ Des. And let me finish with this the all the comments. Definitely appreciate it, guys, because I'm sure this content will be demonetized in any way. So thank you guys for supporting. Because honestly, man, wealth engineering is a business, and if it's not report, that's where they get me, right? Because me, at the end of the day, I'm a money guy. I like money, and if they're going to hurt me on my income, it's going to encourage it's going to hit my motivation in a way of doing it. If I was starting a different channel where I'm a revolution channel, then yeah, I wouldn't care about money. But where I'm at right now, especially wealth engineering in general, it is a business. I'm not shy of saying that. And I got to play the game to a certain extent, but still use what's going on right now, which is trending, to hopefully show you a way what's happening right now, right? What is happening right now? What is the future for the next um this decade, right? Where governments, police chief can tell you very confidently that, hey, you can have their commitment that they're going after your financial statement, your sanctions, business license, and all that, right? If you haven't watched this video yet, I played it a couple times before. You can watch the stream and replay. But shout out to you, CJ, for sponsoring the stream. Really appreciate it. It keeps me motivated, man. Carl Black, the Panama Papers was the first one. First one. It was one. It was one. First one. I don't know. Panama Papers was the first one. They call each other out because one is stealing more than the other. Polytricks and polytrician. Shout out to you, man. Great comment. Great comment. I wouldn't say first one. That's the only thing I disagree on this comment on. The first one, nah, man. Trust me. If you've been in them streets, them conspiracy streets, this is not the first one, my man. This is just one that's being popular, that people kind of accepted the more. This one of the first one that showed the extent of it and how many people were involved that were day to day everyone, right? Celebrities and all. It was one of the bigger ones, but it was not the first ones. With AI and machine learning, this is the distant this that by 2030, guys, everything that I'm just speaking about will be the past. Will be the past. All right. I add fiat and spend that. The CRO cashback stays in your wallet, assuming we're talking about the crypto.com. Yeah, I offset taxes in my other ways. Yeah, man. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, you can declare that in your what you do in your again, if you don't buy the crypto, you don't necessarily have a tax event, right? If you convert it from fiat to your crypto.com card, then you didn't buy the crypto. Now, where you're going to have a tax event is the reward that you get if you sell them. Then that is a tax event. But again, as you said it the best. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. You got to make sure you check with your financial advisor for more details. I'm just a random black guy on the internet who's trying to ask for justice and ask myself, why? Why is our prime minister trying to, the one who other people elected to represent me, is doing this? Why? It's for entertainment and education purpose only. Right, guys? Right? That's why I do content, guys. Check with your financial advisors And yes, let's see what else. There is the plan to demotivate us from doing for self. We will own nothing and be happy. Oh, sure. I'm with you on that, Mr. Call Black. Dr. Evil, he selected Mr. T to run. Dr. Evil. Funny, man. Dr. Evil. Mr. T to run down the family business. Oh, man, you got it, man. You know what's up. What do you think of buying crypto on what? Hell no. If you do not own that's the other dark side of crypto.com. If you do not own your crypto private keys, you do not own your cryptos. And although I'm promoting crypto.com, I also promote Ledger Nano S. I promote Trust Wallet. I promote any wallet that gives you Worm Wallet, Cold Wallet, any wallet where you can have private keys. If you do not own your private keys, you do not own your cryptos. On Wealth Simple, you do not own your private keys. But Wealth Simple is worse because some platforms like that, they don't even allow you to withdraw cryptocurrencies. It's kind of like you hold them cryptocurrencies, but within their own platforms, and you can't extract them in any way. BS. At least with crypto.com, you can buy, you can sell, you can withdraw it anywhere you want. Good, right? But hey, I use this platform as a way to buy it, just like any other exchange. I buy my cryptocurrencies and I move it elsewhere to my wallets, to my own private wallets where I have controls over it, what I do with it. All right. So that's my opinion about it. All right, guys, this is it. I stayed a little bit longer than I expected, but I hope you understand where I wanted to come from with this. To wrap up, why is the world coming after Mr. Trudeau? It's because, guys, this guy is acting like a dictator, right? He's acting like a dictator with the emergency act that he passed and removed the protest in the streets, right? He, for the first time in Canadian history, he acted. The emergency act would give people power to even go after your banks, your finance, your cryptocurrencies, anything that they seems is a major emergency. To be honest, I know it's an emergency because hey, 25% of your economy being affected on the bridge, that's a huge hole that you gotta act right now. But he's being pressured by Biden and by other members that we shall not name in this podcast to do something, and he employed voices. But with that, he also exposes what the G7 countries are working on laws to do after anything. And if that's what they're doing right now with the technology that they have, imagine what they're going to be doing when they have CBDCs and artificial intelligence to go after everyone, right? Imagine how more incentivized they're going to be to get artificial intelligence and self-driving cars and trucks running the show, right? Damn bot. But imagine what they're going to do, right? So all that to say, just like we are in the Black History Month, we have black players in the NFL showing us the way. You start having a financial system outside of the big banks, right? You build your own bank using cryptocurrencies, and these players in Black History Month are showing us the way. Mr. Odell Beckham, a Super Bowl winner, took 100% of his salary in Bitcoin. Mr. Lamelo Ball and the NBA All Star right now made history as one of the youngest players to ever made it there um, as a All Star already, and that's going to increase the value of his own NFT, which will increase his wealth and as well as the wealth of everyone who invested in him early. That's forging himself away. You start, you can, I don't recommend you go full dark. You at least get yourself another method like a card like that allows you to spend and still get 1% cash back for free. Or you can go with the harder ones. Shout out to Natasha Vincent for getting the red one. I got the purple one. I'm working on getting the green one as a replacement for my card right now. We'll see how that goes. And definitely get yourself a ledger. do not buy it on Amazon. Cashflow Hunter, if you're watching, do not buy it on Amazon. Buy it straight from the website, and buy more than one while you can buy it and get it shipped to your house. Because, and if you don't want to buy that, at least buy that and another one. This you have two from different brands. And yes, guys, if you do not own your private keys, you do not own your crypto. So although you're buying it from crypto.com, learn how to move it in other wallets like MetaMask that you can also pair with Ledger Nano S, which add a level of security. You could also move that to completely in a ledger, right? You buy cryptocurrencies that you can store away from the exchanges, and yeah, you can carry that USB with you legally anywhere in the world, and carry your money with you, and go from there, guys. So start working on your plans, a plan B, to have your sovereignty in your hands as opposed to the hand of the government. And yes, I'll start going back to normal content. I have more videos coming out on AI, on artificial intelligence, on cryptos. We're going to review the papers from what's her name again, Cathie Woods, and I'm going to record my mastermind for my Discord group. Man, them bots are real today. And also, guys, we I'll have more contents for you, but I hope you took some notes. I hope you got some gems, and we'll be closing them streets soon. With that said, guys, salute to you. Keep up the fight, stay strong, and work on your plan B. And invest, invest, invest. See you on the next one.
Hey, yeah, it's all about wealth engineering. Might be something that you're not used to. It's okay, cause I'm here to introduce you to concepts, time to grow and make big moves. All about crypto, come see. Stocks in business, yes indeed. Got the info that you need. Hosted by my homie JC. Hey, yeah, wealth engineering. Stacking and stacking it up. It's time to generate wealth till you living like Scrooge McDuck.